Midrise wood frame construction is a technique used for many buildings, particularly multifamily buildings and multi-unit residential buildings throughout North America. This growing type of building needs to meet thermal control requirements, just like any other kind of building. And when we add thermal control, we usually have three reasons why we want thermal control. One is to meet the energy code and just save energy. The second is to ensure occupant comfort. And the third, often looked benefit of thermal control is to avoid cold spots that can result in condensation and the mold growth that goes with it. Stone wool is of course part of the solution for thermal control in many buildings, and particularly in mid-rise wood frame buildings. Stone wool as an insulation product has no blowing agents, and this means that it has a stable R value. There's no reason to expect the R value to be less than 50 years than it is today. It's also, of course, non-combustible because rocks don't burn. And it is very dimensionally stable. It doesn't shrink or swell with changes in moisture content or temperature. And this means that there are no gaps that will form over time that could become thermal bridges. And it performs over a rather wide temperature range. And this is a very stable and predictable performance. So stone wool as a product can be used as either CI, continuous insulation in code language, or in stud spaces as batt insulation. The amount of insulation used depends a lot on your energy goals and the requirements that the minimum energy codes say. But you can use different densities of product to meet different needs, a higher density product or lower density product as befits the situation. So by increasing the R value in terms of adding more insulation or putting continuous insulation to wrap over all of the framing elements, we decrease thermal bridging and can meet building codes and ensure occupant comfort quite effectively. Using continuous insulation is important because it avoids cold spots. Particularly in mid-rise wood frame buildings, we have lots of collections of pretty thick chunks of wood, and those spots can become quite cold in cold weather, and that will then allow condensation to occur on them. Condensation often begets mold, and mold is a big problem in today's buildings. So in short, stone wool is an effective solution that can be used as part of a mid-rise building insulation package, particularly when we're looking at wood frame buildings, to take full advantage of its non-combustibility, vapor permeance, and stability.